hold on. been eating good. Been eating them greens.
Let's see. Turn up. Hey.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Trina.
What's up, y'all? It's Big Dog, Mr. Corn.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Nia Amber.
Yeah, what it do, man? It's your boy, 8Ball. Yo, this your boy, Pimp Tight. MJG, 8Ball and MJG, and you're listening to Dear Millennials.
A lit-ass podcast.
Make sure you guys have a lit-ass week, all right? You know what it is, the baddest chick.
Yo, Dear Millennials, the lit-ass podcast.
Lit, motherfucking litty.
Welcome to Season 5, Episode 6, The Office, featuring... Wait, you got to wait on who our special guest is, all right? Yo, have you ever worked in a toxic workplace? How do you know? Would you rather work in a toxic workplace for a high salary or a non-toxic work environment with a lower salary? Let's talk about it. Again, welcome to Season 5, Episode 6, The Office. We're talking toxic workplace environment. Make sure you follow Dear Millennials on all social media platforms. If you're watching on our YouTube Live, we have our live show every Monday at 7 p.m. Central. All right, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, to then tell your auntie, to then tell your grandma, and then
tell your neighbor, then tell your neighbor who cheating on her husband with
everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Anyway, it's your boy Top Rain Marvin Frank, singer, songwriter, educated students of the game, homie, lover, friend. Make love and what's up? That's all.
What? No R.
Kelly news, man.
All right, y'all already know what it is. South Memphis stand up. It's your boy Make Love and got these chicks hot straight out the oven. Educated, motivated, dark skin. Jameson, teacher, preacher, got you down laughing, calling me the Grim Reaper.
Ew, that is so.
Now that was probably the worst ever.
That's
gross. But it's your girl Mary Jane. It's your girl Mary Jane, Georgia Raised, Memphis made, book club creator, the HBCU advocator, and your favorite around the way girl. Hey y'all.
Oh, Mary Jane, we missed you.
Did y'all really?
How was the vibe?
I feel like I'm missable.
No. What did the songwriter sing? Don't you ever for a... Oh, well, never mind.
I'm about to say
that's no, you are not replaceable.
That's all we got.
I said missable. If that's even.
Oh, we don't miss you, really.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest joining us. I would like to introduce to you the esteemed, the illustrious Chef Phillip Ashley.
Oh, I thought you were talking
What up, people?
Ladies and gentlemen, the world's most prominent chef. Yeah, I said the most prominent and designer of luxury chocolate. You may have seen him making thousands of chocolate and creating dining experiences at the James Beard House in New York City. Maybe you've seen him cooking up chocolates for Hollywood's elites at the EMMYS, GRAMMYS, and the OSCARs. In 2014, he was named Forbes Magazine Real Life Willy Wonka. All right. You know R. Kelly came up with the chocolate factory. He wanted to be this guy right here.
That's what it was.
Okay.
But he's not him, Phillip. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, man. How you doing?
Good.
Well.
Now, Marvin, one thing you ain't finna do is not make sure that you give him the right accolades. He is also a brother of the illustrious fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Yo to the noobs, an Eta Gamma initiate. Absolutely, Eta Gamma.
What school is that?
MTSU.
Okay. The battle. Who's the real blue? Since we in Memphis, you know.
We are.
Okay.
Damn, who is we? Are you saying Memphis? Are you saying?
Well, I'm in Memphis and MTSU, so I guess I got to rep both.
Right.
But yeah, Eta Gamma, untouchables.
Okay. Shout out to the noobs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yo. We the best.
Know, but you know what they say. If you're not first, you're last. Shout out to Ricky Bob.
Tell them again.
Shout out to the good brothers of Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. But Chef Phillip Ashley, man, we're so excited to have you. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. Well, again, welcome to Season 5, Episode 6, The Office. We're talking toxic work environment. If you're watching YouTube Live, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Now it's time for one of my favorite segments. It's time for Living Single with Mary Jane.
It's one of my favorite segments as well. So let's jump right in. So as a reminder, you already know, if you have any juicy stories about your experience dating as a single male or woman, please submit them by clicking the link in our Instagram bio at @millennials_. We'd love to come on the show and discuss them. So now let's discuss a submission form from one of our faithful listeners. It goes, Dear Mary Jane, I never thought that my dating life would come to this, but it has. I ended things with this guy I was talking to for about 3 months. I realized that I wasn't interested in him. He wasn't my type, but I gave him a chance just to test the waters. When I explained to him that I was no longer interested, he asked me for my Cash App information so that he could request a refund for all the dates that we went on since we're no longer seeing each other. I am spooked. I blocked him because there's no way that I'm paying him. However, he's a friend of a friend, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing each other around again. Was I in the wrong for blocking him? And what should I do when he questions me if we ever run into each other again? That's on you all's thoughts.
Did she? My first question is, did she send the money?
Well, I don't know. It just says that says that she blocked him because there's no way that she's paying him.
First of all, so and I want to make sure that I get this right. You know, what was the reason why she wasn't interested? That's also plays a big role. Like, was it?
She just said that he wasn't her type, but
did you not know that before? But
that's what stuck out to me.
So did you not know?
Interested?
Did you not know that this dude you wasn't interested? Like now you
sound
sound
like you all are skipping over the question.
But how many dates did it take?
Are you all offended as well? So would you all,
dude, real talk?
Would you all request? Would you all also request a refund if a female tells you that I'm no longer interested? Like, I think you guys are missing the point here.
So I wouldn't, but I also understand those people who feel like, dang, this girl literally used me purposefully for free meals. Like, if she knew that she wasn't interested in this dude and still, like, you can't get around playing somebody. Like, nah.
I don't get that from this. I don't get that from this.
You win some, you lose some.
Exactly. That's what I get from this. That's dating.
I better not see her away. I better not see her on the street with a dude. I'm finna ask dude, hey, cuz she owe me $30.
But I do agree. I mean, I don't think she was. Well, first of all, I'm not even a fan of blocking anybody if they're not harassing you or if they're not making you uncomfortable. I just think that's kind of petty. But I personally wouldn't. I'm not, if I decided to take you out, that's a decision I made. I'm not asking to be refunded. Right. So I kind of feel like that's a bit of a clown move. But I would like more context. Right. Like, at what point did she realize that she wasn't interested?
Like, don't block me. See, and I want to know, did you block me before or after I sent the cash out?
Right. Right.
That hurt. Well, she said she blocked him after he made that made that comment, pretty much. Like, after he said, what's your Cash App? Because
I bet you
I want a refund since we're no longer going to see each other.
I bet she thought she was happy. Oh, he finna cash out me some money. I hit that request.
Send her off.
She wasn't wrong.
She shouldn't be wrong. I mean, I think a lot more comes into play. I mean,
and if they run into each other again, like the last part as like, I think most men, if we're in that situation, we're more embarrassed than anything.
Facts. Off
of maybe the fact that we were blocked or whatever. So he's probably gonna even just play it cool. I don't really think it'll.
But he's embarrassed because
he
caused himself.
My man, if you listen to this, my man, if you listen to this, just shine, shine, man. Go out and find you another baddie because she probably wasn't even bad anyway. Don't even worry about it. Get you a bad one, King, because you deserve it. You deserve it.
As a great philosopher once said, you miss one, next 15 ones come.
Come on, Gucci. Your boy.
That was a cornball move. Like, I think like dating just keeps getting worse and worse.
Both are cornball moves, honestly. That's just me. She wrong and he wrong because I feel like she really
made
did
for each other.
Right. I feel like she really did know that this wasn't her type. Like, and let's just be real.
She said that in a statement. She said,
but the thing is, just people date people all the time that aren't their type, and
that's fine.
Ends up being their type.
I'm a firm believer dating is
dating.
Do you test the waters for 3 months though?
I'm a firm believer dating is like a dice game. You win some, you lose some.
That's a long time.
You know.
And I still want to know at what point was she no longer interested? Like what happened? But I mean, I know you don't know that answer, but I'm really curious because 3 months is a long time to test the water.
I don't think 3 months isn't a long time.
To date somebody?
And you found
it's not because men be so wishy-washy. Y'all
no, 30 years a long time if they spend every day together.
Exactly, but 3 months in just talking.
It doesn't matter, but that's communication. Are you telling me that I don't talk to you at all and I'll just say, hey, what you doing this weekend? So from Monday to Friday,
like that.
Man, look,
3 months.
I'm just from observation.
Nah, that's
3 months of just talking is not a long time at all. Now, 3 months
a quarter
in a committed relationship. 3 months in a committed relationship, that's a decent time because you are giving all of your energy and all of your time at one person. But 3 months of just talking, like you can't kind of like gauge like how often are they going out, like. What are they spending in that, what amount of time are they spending together in that 3 months time span? That's not a long time at all. People realize that they no longer want to talk to this person after 3 months all the time. It's dating.
Okay, bet. All right.
A year of talking to somebody, a long time. You need to get out of that if y'all ain't in a relationship.
Like, 3 months. I just realized I don't like you.
That's a long time.
Nah.
What do you all really quickly? What do you all think that she should do?
Keep it pushing. You blocked him already. Ain't nothing you can do.
He's not gonna say. He's not gonna mention it.
Dude ain't gonna harass.
You don't think he's going to mention it if they run each other? Because some guys really just be on some corny stuff for real.
I think that was a cornball move that she didn't at least explain herself, like why I ain't rocking with you. But that's.
But we don't know that. She said that when she explained to him that she was no longer interested, that leads me to believe that she explained to him why. When someone says explain that I'm no longer interested, that leads me to believe that she gave a reason why. And
that's why she
probably felt salty about it and asked for a refund.
That's why she needs to just breathe, stretch, shake, and let it go.
Right. But that was your living single for today's episode. And ladies, drop these cornballs, all right?
What about men dropping cornballs? See, look.
Yeah.
Y'all are a little bit too sensitive about this. Like,
all right, let's go to the next.
Men and women don't like each other at a certain time period of talking all the time. It is what it is. It's dating. It happens to women all the time.
Yep. Great.
Well, we appreciate you.
Sensitive. You seem so offended, DeMarcus. Who hurt you?
I'm gonna go home. Y'all can handle this yourself.
We appreciate you, Mary Jane. Shout out to Living Single, y'all. All right, yo, again, welcome to season 5, episode 6, The Office, Toxic Workplace, featuring Chef Phillip Ashley. All right, what are they selling? Chocolate. What? Chocolate. They're selling chocolate. Chocolates. They're selling chocolates. All right, man. A master. What was in your Instagram bio? Now I can't remember. Master Chocolatier. It was that
Master Chocolatier.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before until now.
Yeah. So
we got the chocolate main. I got that. Made that all off the top of my head.
I have some friends who said, make sure if you bring some chocolate, can you bring me some?
No, we eating them all ourselves.
But we'll get more into that. Again, we appreciate you being here. Welcome. Oh, if you're watching YouTube Live, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you tuning in. Talk your stuff in the chat. Let's go ahead right into it. All right, we're talking about a toxic workplace environment. All right, toxic workplace environment. Let's start with the definition of a toxic workplace. All right, we'll be referring to a couple of articles here, but we're going to keep it G real quick. According to UrbanDictionary.com, because we know, this is the Harvard of
yes, it is.
Oh, damn, now I can't even pull it Harvard up. That's a fool. But anyway, a toxic workplace is somewhere you really don't want to be, as far as even if you try to avoid it, you will be dragged into the backstabbing shit that's going on, and it will make you tired. Okay, Urban Dictionary, that was a shitty definition of it. It's all good. But yeah, there are multiple definitions of toxic workplace. And I just want to list a couple of them, if you all don't mind. Let me pull up my notes here. Well, let's start first with our general understanding of it. Have you all ever been in a toxic workplace? Just based on what you assume it to be.
Yes, I am definitely, and I think for me it's just different now that I'm, in the educational realm. So many chiefs, not enough Indians. Everybody want to be the boss. On top of that, everybody want to be a snitch. Like, what's that dude from Recess? The nigga that had that little notepad out, Randall. Everybody want to be a Randall. So I think, and nobody at your job is your friend.
Nobody
at your job. Nobody is your buddy, pal. Because the same thing, the same music they playing for your ass, they still playing it for somebody else, and then talking about you. So, yeah, definitely.
It's like,
Interesting. Yeah. Now, Chef, you own a business,
right?
Do you own a toxic workplace environment?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, go ahead.
I try to be, really, I'm not a micromanager. I don't try not to do those things that create undue pressure. I want my people to enjoy where they work, have fun, come. I tell them on the front end, we work hard. We do a lot of things, to get that pretty piece of chocolate takes a lot of work. A lot of monotonous, detail-oriented, replicated work, over and over again. If you do it right one time, you need to do it the right 10,000 times. So, it's one of those things. I've been in toxic workplaces before, and I vowed to not create that type of environment when I had my own business. You can't control everything, but I think it's all about setting the right culture, creating a culture that breeds the right type of mentality and attitude, camaraderie, and those sort of things. And so I think, again, it's really about the culture of an organization or a business that really determines whether it's toxic or not. And if you have leaders and then you have those that are working there that are all dialed in and committed to creating a culture that at the end of the day, one creates has a progressive mindset and then goes out and says, look, we're representing the business, we're thinking about the customer, and we're thinking about our people, and we want everybody to be straight, in a nutshell or a chocolate shell. That's really what it is.
In the chocolate shell.
What about you, Mary J? Have you ever worked in a toxic workplace?
I really hate to be a complainer, but I feel like I have not experienced the perfect job setting yet. I feel like all of my jobs have had some type of toxic things going on. And I don't know, I'm just starting to feel like working is toxic in general because it's for the birds. Like these corporations, these companies, they only think about themselves. And that's my main problem. They don't think about the employees who are at risk of life survival and who come into work. They spend majority of their time at work, but then it's poor benefits on the back end for the employees. So I don't know. I feel like this is my opinion because I have not experienced a great workplace environment as far as all around yet. But I'm just starting to think that working for corporations in general is just for the birds.
Can I chime in on that? Yeah. So I totally hear what you're saying, and I agree with you in general. But I will say, well, one, there's no perfect work environment.
I was just about to say that.
There's no perfect people, but by the very definition, it's work. So it's going to create some sort of stress. So and then but I will say there are those companies out there that are creating those environments, like I said, and putting the benefits in place. And I always tell people, look, this is a symbiotic relationship. The better you do, the better the business does, and therefore you reap the return of that. If, again, the business has created a culture of where, we want to not just be greedy and pass that along to you, and then also help the community and all of those sort of things. So, yeah, there are those that are just out there, for themselves. We see it all the time, but there are also perfect examples or ideal examples, rather, of companies that are really kind of saying, hey, I want to put it down for my people. I want to do it for the community. I do want to make money and profit. Who starts a business to not thrive? So, I think that's part of it too. A lot of times employees look at the owner or look at the business saying, well, they're doing all this. Well, no one ever says that when at 3 o'clock in the morning, right. I'm up in the morning doing XYZ, talking to China, doing this, up at night, worried about payroll, back into that kind of stuff. So, there's a lot of things that come with it that go unseen and oftentimes unspoken in the general room because, you as the employee don't understand the same problems that I have. So.
And I do really quickly, and I thank you all for being patient. Wanted to provide a little bit more context. So let's work with a couple of definitions and understandings of what a toxic workplace is. And Chef Phillip Ashley, you really addressed a lot of these things in terms of what you try to do in your workplace to combat this experience. Right. But toxic workplace, a workspace that is marked by significant drama and infighting. Where personal battles often harm productivity. Now, toxic workplaces can look a lot of different ways. So a lot of research shows different examples, and we'll just read a couple of them. Managers and team leaders taking credit for your work. Woo. Team members not pulling their weight, so it falls on you. Communicating with you and demanding outside work hours for last-second tasks. Discrimination, harassment, getting pigeonholed into a position that snubs you growth. Consistent days starting over late without additional compensation. And shout out to my people on my Facebook thread who offered a lot of those. But I also found something from Career Contessa. Bad communication, again, cliques, inclusion, gossipy behavior, poor leadership, unmotivated coworkers.
Oh my gosh.
Growth, rapid employee turnover. I think that's a big one. No work-life balance, feeling the burnout, no moving forward. And the last one, your gut is telling you this is a toxic work environment.
Right.
That's me. My gut tells me all the time.
You just don't want to work.
So I want to ask, though we discuss what a toxic work environment is if we've been in one. Have we, just based on some of the things we've discussed or your personal knowledge, have you ever contributed to a toxic work environment?
I plead the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't know. I think we've all, particularly in that corporate setting, quote unquote, corporate, we've all, hey, did you hear or did you do? I think so. Yes, everyone has contributed in some way. Now, were you the one that was just going off and fighting in the cubicles or no? But I'm assuming y'all didn't either. But
don't speak on my life.
right.
They love it. Probably
that's
did.
what I said. I can't make
did.
that assumption. So, just scrapping it up in aisle 5. But no, I think everyone, which is how I think a toxic workplace is kind of a groundswell and a buildup, till it just gets to that point. Because I don't think any workplace typically or business tries to set up a place where people are uncomfortable and hate working there.
Fact.
It ends up evolving or devolving rather into that. And it becomes something that just becomes uncontrolled. And oftentimes, and this is something that I'm working really hard to prevent, you're a certain way when you're smaller, and then you go, from 10, 20 employees to 60 and to then 60 to, now we have 200, you have more personalities, more needs, more interest, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so trying to manage all of that, it all starts at the beginning, though, setting that tone.
Did anybody want to add? Because I want to add.
Oh, you can go ahead.
No, ladies first.
I was going to add, I don't think that I contribute to it because my motto is I'm just here to work. Just as long as that check is being deposited every 2 weeks, whatever the payroll dates are, I'm just here to work. I try not to attach myself to people or to things because work comes and go. And people that you work with come and go also. So I try not to feed into too much anything, but what really just drives my gears is just how I am being treated as an employee that works hard for the organization. Like that's what really gets on my nerves.
I think, and I'm the same way, man. Look, whatever you got going on, man, that's you. Like, I just need my money. Give me my money. That's it. Like,
just came here to work.
I came here to work. Look, whatever. Look, I'm just, if y'all doing that thing over there, I don't even like gossiping, because then I feel like if you say it, somebody eventually gonna be like, well, he told me this.
True.
I ain't got time for that. Like, I
ain't gonna lie. I'll listen.
Yeah, I'm a listening fool. Shit, I'm a listen when I'm not supposed to listen, but I ain't gonna say shit, you know. So if you stealing shit from Nike, look, by all means. But you know, if I see you out and you selling it, I'm gonna buy it. But no, I ain't snitching on you. Your business, your business.
Jeff, what has been your experience as a business owner with employees who? Well, okay, have you ever had an employee feel like something was toxic, or they were working in a toxic work environment, but the truth of the matter was, like you said, like you were seeing something through the lens as a manager that maybe they weren't able to really grasp? So have you ever had any of that conflict happen with, you know?
Yeah, I'll say this, and something I learned a long time ago: perception is reality. And so people, it doesn't really matter what it is that's actually there. You know, anger creates a mirage. And so, you know, it's like, hey, and it could be any external thing, family problems, money, or whatever. People tend to, you know, project that on what the broadest board, so to speak. So I'm at the workplace, so this is the place that's gonna get it. You know, and then so it could be any little thing. We make mistakes. Business owners, entrepreneurs, small businesses, big business, people make mistakes. So I may have made a mistake one day that just triggered you, and that was it. But I do say, look, I let people self-select, you know, because you know, if you're not happy here, by all means, please tell me, and we can definitely rectify the situation. But
I was about to say, get your ass up out of here. The fuck, you don't want this place.
I was about to say, the door is right there.
If you don't like it, how bye. The fuck.
Right. You know, so it is what it is, and a lot of times I think you know, you're trying to figure out. You know, we're constantly involved in figuring out the way, so to speak. And so, you know, sometimes you have employees that they just not feeling you or feeling it. You know, they ghost, and you know, and they'll try you. You know, people will try you. You know, in general. So it's whether it's in the streets or, you know, in the boardroom or wherever else. So, you know, if you allow it. So, you know, you're expecting, you know, professionalism and things like that. So you, again, trying to set the tone. But
so speaking of giving people the option to leave, would you rather work in a toxic work environment with a high salary, or a non-toxic work environment with a lower salary? What do you think?
Are you
wait, hold on. Damn it. We're going to come right back to that question. We're going to take it to Kicking It with Karys, Miss Karys Belger, Spelman College graduate, Spelman College stand-up, our favorite news reporter, giving us millennial updates in the news. What's up, Karys?
What's up, y'all? It's Big Dog Mr.
Hi guys, thanks for having me this week. I figured today we'd have a little fun and we'd talk about one of my favorite events, the Academy Awards. The 93rd annual ceremony happened last night, of course, with a few modifications because of the panini. History-making night, especially for Asian representation in the ceremony, but also a few upsets, if I do say so myself. Let's get into it. So first off, one of the most notable events of the night, Chloe Zhao, she won for directing for Nomadland. This is a big deal because Zhao is the second woman ever to win this award for directing, and she's the first woman of color to win for directing. So congrats to her. Mia Neal and Jamaica Wilson are 2/3 of the team that did the makeup and hair for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. That is the project helmed by Denzel Washington. It hit Netflix in December. They are the first Black women to not only be nominated in this category, but also to win. So a great step forward. And one of the artists mentioned in her speech that she looks forward to the day when it's not unusual to see this, where there are no glass ceilings to be broken, where this would just be the norm. From her mouth to God's ears, right? I think we're all hoping for that one. Next, it was also a big night for Soul, which won for Best Animated Feature. I have to say, this was one of my favorite films of the year. Soul is actually the first film from Pixar to have a Black character as its lead. So what a big deal that it also won for Best Animated Feature. And Yoon Jung-eun is the first Korean performer to win in any acting category, period. She won for Best Supporting Actress this year. So congratulations to her as well. And I can't leave out one of my favorite singers, Her. Her is the first Black Filipina person, period, to win for Best Original Song. She won for the composition she put together for Judas and the Black Messiah. Now, of course, I have to, since we're on Judas and the Black Messiah, mention Daniel Kaluuya winning last night. Please Google his speech if you have not already. It will make you laugh. And I'm pretty sure his mother is still embarrassed. As for the upsets, I gotta say, I didn't see this one coming. I really thought Viola Davis had it in the bag when it came to the Best Leading Actress category. She lost, and I still feel some type of way about it, not gonna lie. But then, this was the other big one, Chadwick Boseman. He's basically won this category in every other award show. We're talking the BAFTAs, the SAG Awards, Golden Globes, you name it. He lost to Anthony Hopkins. And in fact, a lot of people on Black Twitter, myself included, still feel some type of way about it. Now, a lot of people expected Chadwick Boseman to run away with this one, not just for sentimental reasons, because he, of course, passed last year. People expected him to win because he did a great job in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. But aside from all that, probably the most memorable moment of what would have otherwise been an extremely dull night was Glenn Close. For those of you who may or may not have heard of Glenn Close, she is well known for her role as Cruella de Vil, but also more notably in Fatal Attraction with Michael Douglas. You should watch that if you haven't. Glenn Close gave us all a history lesson / music lesson, and I found out Glenn Close knows about go-go because when asked about the butt, not only did she know the song, she did the dance. So if you get a chance to Google that, you should absolutely look it up. And if you ask me, she was absolutely the high point. She didn't win. Once again, she's been nominated many times, didn't win, but she absolutely won the night with her little demonstration of some DC culture. That's my wrap up of the Academy Awards. Hopefully we have a few less upsets next year. And of course, huge night for all the winners. And of course, for representation for people of color. Thanks again for having me, guys. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
That was Kicking It with Karys. Thank you to our favorite news reporter, Spelman College stand up. Follow Karys Belger on all social media platforms.
Shout out to Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, shout out to Jamie.
For sure.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. And perfect pickup line for her. Y'all ready? Like when I meet her one day.
Her.
Yeah, the singer.
ATR, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hello, her. I'm him.
Hello, him.
I'm done. I'm pretty sure someone has already used it.
Fun fact: I bet nobody. There's a singer named him.
It is.
Yes. So yes, I'm pretty sure it has been said before.
Okay, so it's okay if you want to hate it. You didn't think of it.
What?
I know you the king of pickup lines, but you know. Anyway, we appreciate you so much, Karys. Yo, if you're watching,
E for effort.
Thank you, Mary J. On my side. Forget McLovin. I was playing. Thank you so much, Karys. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube Live, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Hey, it's totally cool to not keep Dear Millennials, the lit ass podcast, to yourself. You can totally tell a friend. Season 5, episode 6. All right, toxic workplace environment featuring Chef Phillip Ashley. Speaking of the Academy Awards, you've prepared chocolates for quite a few award shows. Grammys. Was it the Oscars? The Emmys. Okay. Yeah. So what was that experience like? And you know, was it a party that you like? How did you even get that gig? What was that?
Coolest. Yeah. So just through people knowing people, and actually, cool story. The Emmys came about. We did it 2017. we had just had a feature on CNN Money, and it, kind of the universe does this sort of thing. And so at the time, the EVP, they were on a conference call like, hey, we need to find a chocolate company, blah, blah, blah. They get off the call. He's in his car, turns on Sirius XM radio, and is like, and then CNN pops on with my story because it was the day that it launched. And so I get a call later that day from them saying, hey, we heard about you, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, we made 32,000 some odd pieces of chocolate. It was just at that time, it was only like 3 or 4 of us making it. Damn. My dad paints all the chocolate. So we were humping, but we, shipped it all out of here from close to basically 2,000 pounds. A little over actually, from here to LA, West Hall of the LA Convention Center. I go out there, I'm out there for basically 2 weeks hanging out, seeing everybody, kicking it. For sure. Backstage at the EMMYS doing our thing. And one of the coolest and probably one of the most impressionable moments, Stevie Wonder is rehearsing. He comes from, I'm backstage. He comes out of doing his thing. Right?
Don't you put the shades on.
So I'm talking about recipes and food. He hears me. He starts talking to me, asking me about, vegan recipes and all of that. And we end up talking for like 30, 40 minutes. Wow. Just kind of, waxing. His guys holding people back. I even remember a few people trying to holler at him, just like, and dude was like, no. Yeah. And then so towards the end, he kind of whispers like, yeah, stay in touch, blah, blah, blah. Then this reporter yells out, hey, Mr. Wonder, what's your favorite song you've ever written? And he was like, I haven't written it yet. So just right off the, I mean, he has written everything. But so then I nudged, I said, look, I'm still in that because I always get asked, well, what's your favorite chocolate you've ever made? And I used to be like, well, is this or this or that?
I haven't made it yet.
Right now I tell them I haven't made it yet. So that always gets them. And it's actually true, which is why I'm constantly creating different collections, always chasing that favorite chocolate. So I appreciate it.
That's amazing.
You need to make some Dear Millennial chocolate.
Hey, we can do it.
Absolutely.
Hey man, hey,
we know some cool people.
We do.
Damn,
man, for real.
The fuck, that crazy. I told y'all he was gonna make it. Y'all ain't want to believe me. I remember seeing, man, this was when I was selling goods at the farmers market. Yeah. Man, that was 2000. That was probably before I was a new
12, 13.
It was 12.
Yeah, it had to be 12. Yeah.
Man, I was selling baked goods, hummus, pestos at the farmers market, y'all. Yeah. And shout out to Tiffany Greer. She comes up to me and she was like, "Hey, look, that's as a matter of fact, in your I remember getting your number. You literally said, "Oh, I'm Chef Rick's." Literally, that's it.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh yeah, he's a Kappa, this and that with the." And then in my mind, I'm like, "Dang, what the fuck?" And then, man, like ever since that day, man, Phillip been nothing but a good brother to me, man.
Yeah.
And to know from 2012 to now, this motherfucker is amazing. I know some amazing motherfuckers.
Elevate.
Damn. I'm gonna put you on my resume.
Hey.
If you're interested in finding more about Chef Phillip Ashley, we have his social media ticking at the bottom. Follow him on all social media platforms at Phillip Ashley, or you can follow at Phillip Ashley Chocolates. Yes. You can also visit www.phillipashleychocolates.com.
We ship.
All right, we appreciate. Oh, they ship
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Even over the pond.
Oh, over the pond. Yeah. How about down by the river?
That too.
Oh,
yeah.
So, well, again, we appreciate you being here. If you watch YouTube Live, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Let's go ahead back into the question, all right? Because the chat has been ready. They've been waiting for this question. All right. So, would you rather work in a toxic work environment with a high salary, or a non-toxic work environment with a low salary or lower salary?
I'm gonna be real. Give me my money. That's my phrase for the rest of the week.
Interesting.
I am willing to, because at the end of the day, I just got to do me.
Sure.
Toxic people are only toxic to people they affect. And if this shit don't affect me, give me my money. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I still got to work.
Right.
And I'm never going to be satisfied with what I'm doing. Not all the time. I mean, I can love my job, but there's always gonna be pros and cons. You know, I love teaching, but there's definitely some cons. So pay me my racks, and I'll be in this nice toxic workplace environment.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go the opposite and say, look, I gotta, I'll take less money because one, I can find it other places too. But my dad, I got a lot of him in me, so I'm mellow. I'm cool, mellow, chill. But the other half of me has my mom. So Arnetta, I might have to smack somebody. So, and since I enjoy my freedom and like doing what I like to do, I'm gonna have to go somewhere where the toxic level or the toxicity level is lower, and I'll take a little less pay because peace of mind is priceless.
Yeah,
I agree.
How about you, Mary Jane?
I think that I'm gonna go to where the money is.
Where the money resides.
For one, I would prefer to have a nice way of living and being able to meet my financial goals and wealth building. But then again, that is contingent upon the non-negotiables being met. Like, what are those pros and cons? If my non-negotiables are being met, like I'm not dealing with that type of setup, then I can deal with the toxic workplace environment, because I'm gonna get up and leave eventually. I'm gonna be on to the next best thing if I need to. If I need to be on to the next best thing, I will do that for me. I will sit out and I will wait until there is an environment, an organization that pays me well and also meets my checklist as well, as long as those non-negotiables, are being met.
Mary Jane, thank you for sharing. I asked this question, as we all typically do, as we're prepping for the show. And I had so many comments. And one thing I saw consistently was I'm going where the money resides, as you all were saying. But I noticed, especially a lot of millennials, it was kind of even. A lot of people who said I prefer working in a toxic work environment had the understanding that, hey, I can work this job and separate work from home. It won't necessarily affect my peace of mind because of vacations. I can, I leave work at work. I especially saw that true for educators. And I do believe that as educators, you're so adaptable to the day. You learn how to manage under stress, under great stress at that. But I also had a lot of people who said non-toxic, health is wealth. For the sake of mental wellness, they would decide to walk away from that work environment. And the last one I want to mention, which was it was very interesting to me. A lot of people said I would continue to work that job with decent pay until I was in a position to either leave, transition out, save my money, or start my own business, which still made me think, okay, no, you would leave that workplace because it was too toxic. So with that being said, do you all believe that, do you all think, like, based on your experience, people are more willing to work in a toxic environment until they find something better? Or
I was going to add, it depends on the person's background with their work experience. Like some of the folks who are probably, and I'm just speaking of possibilities. Some of the folks who are saying that they would work with a company who does not have a toxic workplace environment for a lower salary. Have you all ever lived paycheck to paycheck? Like real paycheck to paycheck. Real paycheck to paycheck. And I don't know why I keep putting emphasis on that without an explanation, but that is something serious. People who come from that type of background, that life experience, do not want to return to that. So I think that's why others feel strongly about, okay, let me just stick it out as long as I can until my financial needs are met and until I can find a better place and still getting paid for what, for what I'm worth. But living paycheck to paycheck is serious. In those jobs that are, that have a good environment, those jobs typically do not pay you well. And I can't do a paycheck to paycheck lifestyle anymore. That's for birds.
Well, where are you going?
No, you good. You got it.
I feel like, and I hear what you're saying. I agree, but because I think most people would opt to suffer in silence simply because, we've been culturally conditioned to deal with certain things so we can acquire things. And, I think you even go back to the industrial revolution, and you see kind of factories and things like that, high stress, high physical, intense jobs for pay, just to, live and make have a better life, that kind of thing. So yes, we've put ourselves in position to, do this. In this conversation, this is the number one reason why I started my own business in the first place. One of them, at least, is to not have to be in that sort of environment, regardless of my background and expertise, and then create one where other people wouldn't feel like, hey, there's some form of escapism. Let me just get my bread until it's time for me to bounce, kind of thing. I want people to want it, because everybody can't own the business, but everyone can have a part in making their business something that's valuable. But, I think most people, and just because, with wanting to acquire things, you got to buy a house, or you got to get a car, you got to have this, that, most people, you got to pay bills. So I think, and particularly when you have more limited options, she of course has more options. So the more options you have, the better decisions, at least you are able to make, and the choices that you can select from. But when you're, particularly those at the poverty level or below the poverty level, and again, another thing that I'm really working hard to help fight is, paying living wage. And so, those folks don't have as many options, and therefore and then going back to where you were saying, taking stuff home, I think very few people can avoid not taking work home. Most people are going to take some form of work home. You see it all the time. Absolutely. And now, like I said, you're all, with COVID, everybody's, or most people are taking you at home, you never left home. Right. So it's always at the house. You got to go outside now to get away from work. But so I think it's just but you're seeing progressive companies come along, particularly with a lot of the tech businesses, a lot of feel-good companies that, out here saying, look, we care about our people. We want to add diversity and inclusion and really find ways to build equity for folks. So I think but that's getting into something else. So.
And might I add, if you're not paying me what I need to be paid, the cost of living, that's toxic. Okay, nobody should be. Nobody should be out here struggling.
And Mary Jane, I love you. I promise you I do. But I'm gonna tell you who you just look like when you said that. Felicia from Friday. I promise you. Great.
Hey, love, did you want to add your last one?
No, honestly, man. Look, I'm still down for the toxic workplace, more money. I do agree with Chef. We've been black people can go through anything and still prevail, regardless of the pressure. We just so honestly, it's like I'm making more money. I can take a vacation. I can get this stress up off of me. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm getting paid less, or like Mary Jane said, I'm not getting paid what I feel like I deserve, which let me also say is always going to be a thing. Nobody feels like they're getting paid what they deserve.
That's how this world is set up.
I know doctors who get paid millions and literally say, man, I wish I could be making more.
What? It's all relative.
Yeah.
Yeah. But some of them live above their means, though.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Season 5, episode 6, The Office Toxic Work Environment, featuring Chef Phillip Ashley, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for our top 10 DM commandments. These are laws by the, I'm going to do in my Russell Simmons voice, culture for the culture. For the culture.
I don't know if that was a good impression, but
okay, you could have told me, you know what I mean, on Tuesday. Hey, bro, work on that. Commandment number 1, thou shalt not support Trump. Please don't do it.
Commandment number 2, thou shalt stop paying more to prepare for a trip than the actual trip itself. I saw this post the other day, and just coming back for a trip, it made me reflect. I spent way too much money to prepare for the trip.
Buying clothes and shit.
Nails, clothes, hair, lashes, nails, clothes, probably a stack, but then the actual trip itself, we gotta stop that, ladies. I don't think that guys share that same sentiment though, but we gotta stop that.
The words
It's
are
ridiculous.
You fancy, huh?
Commandment number 3, thou should stop playing with young Draco.
Big soldier.
All right, big soldier. Real talk. Soldier boy. I'm talking about the guy who invented all this new shit, this dancing shit. Look around you. None of this will be here.
Uploading your music on YouTube.
Right. Shout out to Big Draco. His song has hit number 1 on the Billboard charts.
Facts.
Number 1. That's the she make it clap. So stop playing with him, man.
Stop playing with him. All right, commandment number 4. I really had 2 for this one, but
Pray about it.
I'm gonna just go with the thou shalt understand. This kind of, and I'm quoting Dr. Umar Johnson here, who was on the Breakfast Club, that Derek Chauvin was convicted for the same reason that O.J. Simpson was acquitted. Understand that we, as Black America, may not really have a cause for celebration. George Floyd should be here. Understand that no laws have been changed. No laws have been held to hold police accountable for the killing of unarmed Black people. Shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson, who was on the Breakfast Club. Y'all check out that interview. Phillip Ashley, commandment number 5.
Thou shalt do dope shit. Always.
Okay.
Always.
Be the best. Be the best.
Hey.
We the best. Who? We live. I was about to say, Dear Millennials.
Oh, my bad.
I can't hear DJ Khaled saying that. It wouldn't sound right.
Okay.
My bad.
All right, commandment number 6. Thou shalt stop trying to fit in. Just be yourself. Let free, let go, and just be 100% you.
All right, commandment number 7. Thou shalt know that the noops always got the keys to the streets. All right. This is for a Kappa Beta initiate, Spring 93. Y'all might know him as Penny Hardaway. Has just received the keys to the county here in Memphis, Tennessee by a noob.
That's what's up.
Spring 97, Big Money Beta Mu, County Commissioner Mikhail Lowry, ladies and gentlemen. The noobs got the keys. You know what I'm saying? We got brother Phillip in the building. We got your boy McLovin, Penny Hardaway, Mikhail Lowry, damn near everybody. We run this shit. We the greatest, the latest. Who?
I'm just talking. The commandment number 8, thou shalt not provide any justification for the killing of Ma'Khia Bryant. Yo, I've been seeing so many people on social media. I hold this for myself. This is my personal opinion. There's no justification. She should still be here.
Yep.
And I'm not even fully blaming the police. She shouldn't have been in that position anyway. We have to give our young people the tools to solve conflict. We also need to train police. If a policeman can't unarm
a 16-year-old,
we work in school.
I was about to say that. We work in school. Fights break out every fucking day. I have students who bring guns to school. If I can de-escalate as a civilian, a nigga who don't, in my opinion, don't get paid the amount of money I deserve. You are trained to de-escalate, to unarm people. And you are shooting at a 16-year-old. There's no justification.
Multiple times.
It was 4 times.
It was.
Oh, well, she was running with a knife. Okay, and niggas run with scissors.
No justification.
There's no justification. My bad, Top Rank.
No, you good, bro. Hey,
bad a little bit.
I get it. It's commandment number 9.
All right, commandment number 9, thou shalt speak good things into existence. As my grandma always says, words are powerful. So start speaking those good things over your life into existence.
Whew, I should have done that.
Should have done that.
Commandment number 10, Phillip Ashley.
Commandment number 10, thou shalt own your story. And it's really, if you learn nothing else, particularly as a business, but anything, You know, people want to buy into or buy from you before they buy. Excuse me, I said it. People want to buy into you before they buy from you. You know, and it's real important to know your story, have a great one. You know, and that's why we even talk about our chocolates. Every chocolate should tell a story, but people want to buy into you. Who are you, McLovin? Why should I buy from you?
I don't know. I don't know who am I. Who are we? Who is us?
Figure it out.
Who is them?
Yeah.
And when y'all get a chance, y'all check out Chef Phillip Ashley's feature on American Express. So you find it on YouTube. I love how you transition your business from in person. Well, not to say transition, but you adapted to the new norm.
Oh, yeah.
Taking it totally online. Saw some great games from that. So we're going to drop that link and you all make sure you check it out. Before we close out, Mary Jane, with our words of affirmation. Our DM open letter, that is.
All right. Dear Millennials, everyone deserves living in a stressful environment. Life is way too short. It's okay to leave a job or anything that no longer serves you. As it pertains to a job, just make sure you replace it before you make your exit. As we all know, everything costs money and your bills will always be there.
I'm gonna need some money.
I'm gonna need money too. I'm sorry.
Bills will always be there. You're right.
I do not like being stressed out about money. That's why I have a very strict budget and I review it all the time.
In the words of Susie, get money. Thank you so much, Mary Jane, for our words of affirmation that gets you through the week. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Dear Millennials, a Lit Ass Podcast, Season 5, Episode 6, The Office. All right, Toxic Workplace. If you're watching on YouTube Live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And if you could do one more favor, it really helps people find the show. Even if you've commented in the chat, can you leave a comment if you kind of like the show?
Yeah, say you're here. Say what's up.
Hey, just say what's up. Just
Ain't no nigga say what's up, wanna be me, nigga. That's what's up.
Type gibberish for us if you don't mind. We appreciate you taking out the time to listen, to watch. However you're receiving Dear Millennials, a Lit Ass Podcast. Your boy Top Rank Marvin Frank, Parasite Studios, Alec. We love you, man. Thank you so much for all that you do, opening up your space for us. I love my family. I love everybody. I don't want to take up too much time. I know we don't have a lot of time, but I love everybody. Peace, love. Let your soul glow.
Just let your soul. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy McLovin. Man, I got something to say, y'all. My mama called me yesterday. Y'all know she in California visiting, getting shit together.
She's been there for like 2 months now.
Listen, she said, I said, hey, mama, she said, babe, I'm gonna call you back. I'm at work. At work? What you? Y'all had to got a job in California.
Hey,
Lord, my mama ain't coming back.
I guess you better go visit.
90 days first. Gotta get the 90 days.
But man, mama, I love you. Shout out to Nadine Little. I wouldn't be the person I am today without her. Shout out to my son, Dale. Oh, I ain't tell y'all, Dale passed his test.
Hey,
he is ready.
Dale.
You know what I'm saying? So baby McLovin will be and it's funny because I'm really not into private schools, but I digress. That his mama said do it, so I'm gonna do it because
he went to private school.
Parents always want
real
and I understand that, so
and the Marcus parents have a real good
and I don't want to be on child support, so I'm gonna listen to whatever.
Oh hush, that's not gonna
Shout out to the last episode. Mary Jane, what it do?
All right, it's your girl Mary Jane, Georgia Ray's Memphis Made. Shout out to Red Dog Order Incorporated, So Thor TV, and the generous supporters of the Black School Box this month. These 3 communities made it possible for 11 high school students to receive free boxes this month. As you all know, I am the CEO and founder of the Black School Box, which is an informational subscription box company that puts the HBCU experience in a box for high school students to learn and explore. And I'm just so thankful that 11 students this month will be blessed for free boxes. So shout out to those 3 communities. I really do appreciate you.
Facts.
Shout out Mary Jane. Keep up the great work. Shout out to the Black School Box. Special guest joining us, Chef Phillip Ashley. Chef, you got any announcement, anything? How can the people keep in touch with you? Anything you want the people to know about your brand, what you're doing?
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having me. Hey, this was a lit ass podcast. I enjoyed it. You guys are great. This was awesome. But yeah, follow us, as you said, at Phillip Ashley and at Phillip Ashley Chocolates on Instagram and Facebook, as well as all other social platforms. And then on our website, Phillip Ashley Chocolates. That's 2 L's in Phillip, phillipashleychocolates.com. And so, look, we ship all over. Turtles are amazing. You know, we had a great year, learned a lot of challenges, learned a lot of things. Hey, that's business, and that's what happens. And then, you know, I say, look, just keep it pushing. Don't make a toxic workout. Pay your people well. Have fun while you're doing it, and live good.
Well, we appreciate you joining us. And I gotta shout out my mama. She named the show for today. The Office. Well, she gave the idea, and she was like, Marvin, you love The Office. Was that like a toxic workplace, Dunder Mifflin? I was like, it definitely was.
It was. I never seen the show.
Shout out, oh my goodness.
What?
Okay.
Hold the.
Okay.
Stop the music. Stop the music.
Shout out
you
to
ain't never seen The Office.
I think I tried, but then had to turn it off.
Terrible.
Don't
never seen The Office. The Office with Michael Scott. All right, anyway. All right, y'all. I've been working on my impressions.
Yeah, keep working on it.
We'll talk about that in Tuesday.
All right, let's go wrap it up. Have a lit ass week to you, my friends. Have a lit ass week until we meet again.
Oh,
yeah. One more time. What are they selling? Chocolate. What? They're selling chocolate. They're selling chocolate. Yeah. Chocolates. It'll make you look. All right, y'all. One love, man.
Peace. Man.